You could hear Jungkook's voice before you even saw him. Wyan, where's my tie? You rolled your eyes, brushing your hair in front of the mirror. The same place it's always been, Jungkook. Where's that? In the tie drawer, genius. He appeared in the doorway 2 seconds later, tie in hand, shirt half buttoned, and an expression that screamed, "You are the reason I'm late and I love you anyway." Did you put the tie drawer inside the kitchen now? Because that's where I found it. He asked. You gasped. What? No, I put it there after laundry because you never. He grinned, walking closer. Because you never remember where you put things. You frowned, turning away. You're lucky I'm cute. He chuckled, looping his tie around his neck while looking at you in the mirror. I remind myself of that every day. You turned back to glare at him, but he was too close now, his reflection meeting your eyes with that teasing spark that always made your heart flutter. Stop looking at me like that, you mumbled. Like what? He said innocently, tightening his tie. Like you're about to kiss me. He leaned in, his breath brushing your ear. Who said I'm not? You squeaked as he planted a soft kiss on your cheek. Yeah, John Jungu, you're gonna be late. He smiled. Worth it. You huffed, flirting at 8:30 in the morning. Really? He shrugged, grabbing his jacket. You started it. I did not. Your face did. Jungkook. Before you could say anything, he pulled you closer and pressed his lips against yours, kissing you gently yet passionately. That's how every morning starts in your small cozy apartment. Jungkook turned toward you as you both came downstairs. Lock the door properly, okay? You rolled your eyes. I'm not a little girl, okay? He smiled, placing a soft kiss to your forehead. You are not fully grown up as well. Your eyes widened and you got angry. John Jungkook? Before you can react more, he was already out of the door, laughing and waving at you. See you in the evening, my princess. You were still mad. This man really loves getting on your nerves. You watched him getting inside the car and drove off. You locked the door. Coconut head. But then your anger melted and a smile appeared on your face. Later that day, you decided to bake something sweet for him, not because you wanted to make up for the morning argument, but because you were a good wife. That's what you told yourself, at least. The kitchen, however, disagreed. By the time Jungkook returned home, it looked like a flower tornado had hit. He froze at the doorway. What happened here? You turned toward him with an awkward smile, trying to look innocent. I baked cookies. He blinked. Did the cookies fight back? You gasped. Excuse me? They look fine. They look like asteroids. Jungkook, you shrieked, throwing a towel at him. He caught it easily, laughing. I'm just saying, you could use them as self-defense weapons. You glared at him. You are so mean. He leaned against the counter, still chuckling. I love that you tried, but... His tone trailed playfully, but something about it hit your heart wrong. You looked down at the burnt cookies, lips pressing together. Yeah, whatever I do, you never like it. He blinked, surprised. What? You always find something wrong, you said quietly, turning away as you wiped the counter with shaky hands. If I cook, you joke. If I clean, you redo everything. If I plan something, you change it. Why? You shook your head, your voice soft and frustrated. You think I'm useless, don't you? Maybe I am. For a second, the air feels still. The playful tone of the room dissolved into something heavier, softer. Then suddenly Jungkook was behind you, his hands gently sliding around your waist, pulling you back against his chest. Don't say that. You didn't move, your breath caught somewhere between surprise and tears. Then stop making me feel like I can't do anything right. He sighed, resting his chin on your shoulder. I tease you because I know you can take it, because that's us. That's how we are. You blinked, staring at the flour dusted counter. He tightened his arms around you. You think I would spend every morning arguing with you, chasing you around the house, if I didn't like every crazy thing you do? You finally turn your head slightly, meeting his gaze. You really find this? You gestured at the kitchen disaster. Cute? He smiled faintly, brushing his nose against your cheek. I find you cute. You scoffed softly, looking away. Liar. Fine? He whispered, kissing your temple. You're not cute. You turned to glare at him. Excuse me? He grinned. You are irresistible. You rolled your eyes, trying to hide your smile. You are so full of yourself. He laughed quietly, still holding you close. You are the one who is full of flour. You sweated at his chest, laughing despite yourself. I hate you. Good. He teased. That's how I know we are fine. You sighed, leaning into him. You are impossible, you know that? He hummed softly. Yeah, but you still love me. You tilted your head to look up at him. Unfortunately. He smiled, eyes softening, brushing his thumb over your cheek. You have no idea how lucky I feel, Ryan. You make even burnt cookies taste like home. You blinked up at him, your lips curving into a shy smile. That was actually kinda romantic. He smirked. I have my moments. You leaned into his chest, and for a moment everything was quiet, just his steady heartbeat, the warmth of his hands around your waist, and the faint smell of vanilla and burnt sugar lingering between you. And then, in true Jungkook fashion, he ruined the silence. So, we can't taste those, right? You gasped, pulling away to slap his arm. Get out of my kitchen. He laughed, darting away, grabbing one of the cookies on the way out. For the record, it's not that bad. You crossed your arms, glaring at him as he chewed. You are lying. He swallowed, smirking. Yeah, it's terrible. You threw a spoon at him and he ducked just in time, laughing as you chased him around the living room with the oven mitt still on your hand. Why, Jungkook, you are late again. Your mom called out as you entered the house. Blame your son-in-law, you said, glaring at Jungkook. He raised a brow. You spent 20 minutes deciding between two identical earrings. They were not identical, you exclaimed, following him inside. Your dad chuckled from the couch. You two still argue like newlyweds. We are newlyweds, you said proudly. 1 year is practically survival. Jungkook muttered under his breath. You slapped his arm. Say that again, John Jungkook. He grinned, leaning close. I said, survival with love. Your family burst into laughter. Before you could retaliate, a familiar voice piped up from behind you. Here comes our drama queen. You turn around just in time to see your older sister Ria walking toward you with a smirk and open arms. Ria, you squealed and rushed to hug her. She hugged you back, tight and warm, ruffling your hair the way she always did. How are you, my baby sister? Still clumsy as ever, huh? She teased. Last time you visited, Mom told me you broke 2 mugs in one morning. That was an accident, you protested, stepping back with a pout. They were slippery. Of course they were, Jungkook muttered with a grin. You glared at him. You're supposed to take my side. He slipped his arm around your waist and pulled you closer. I would, if you stopped giving me reasons to laugh. Ria chuckled. Poor guy, he's learning how to handle our spoiled little princess. Hey, I'm not spoiled. Everyone turned to look at you. You blinked. Okay, maybe a little. The room filled with laughter again. Your mom shook her head, smiling fondly. Only a little? You have been our spoiled one since the day you were born. You pouted and crossed your arms dramatically. You all gang up on me. This is bullying. Jungkook leaned down, whispering playfully, then maybe I should protect you, hmm? You shot him a look. You started this. Correction. He said smoothly. I married this. Your dad laughed so hard he had to put down his tea. Ria just shook her head, smiling at the two of you like she was watching her favorite sitcom. You sighed, pretending to be annoyed, as Jungkook tugged a loose strand of hair behind your ear. But your cheeks betrayed you. He could see the faint blush creeping up. Your mom clapped her hands. Alright, enough teasing. Dinner is ready. Fine, come help me set the table. On it. You said eagerly, only to accidentally knock over a spoon tray the moment you turned. Everyone groaned and burst into laughter again. Jungkook sighed, shaking his head fondly. 1 year of marriage and my wife still hadn't made peace with gravity. You stuck your tongue out at him. At least gravity loves me. Ria smiled. Yeah, that's why it keeps pulling you down. Your parents laughed again as you stormed away toward the kitchen, muttering under your breath, I need a new family. Too late, Jungkook called after you, amusement lacing his tone. You married into this one. Dinner was served soon after, a beautiful spread of your mom's recipes and Ria's touch of perfection. She set everything neatly on the table while you tried helping but almost dropped the water jug in the process. Careful, Vian, Ria said, grabbing it just in time. You pouted. See, you are too perfect. She laughed softly. Someone has to balance your chaos. Jungkook smiled faintly, watching the two of you. There was a sparkle in his eyes, amusement mixed with affection. You didn't notice, but he was quietly enchanted by the way your family treated you. You were their sunshine, a little unpredictable, a little messy, but deeply loved. Throughout dinner, your dad told stories about how you once got lost in a supermarket because you followed a stranger holding an ice cream cone, and everyone laughed until you hid your face in Jungkook's shoulder. Don't laugh, you mumbled, embarrassed. He smiled. I'm not laughing at you, I'm laughing because some things never change. You looked up at him suspiciously. You are definitely laughing at me. He chuckled, kissing your forehead lightly under the table's edge. Fine, maybe a little. Ria rolled her eyes with a smile. You two are disgustingly cute. Your mom sighed happily, just like us when we were young. Your dad coughed. I don't remember arguing that much. Your mom gave him a look. Oh, really? You and Ria exchanged knowing glances before bursting into laughter. After dinner, everyone gathered in the living room for dessert. Ria brought out her perfectly made pudding. The smell rich and sweet. Jungkook took one bite and practically groaned. Wow, Ria, this is amazing. You have outdone yourself. He smiled proudly. She always does. Ria blushed lightly. Oh, it's nothing, just a simple recipe. Jungkook shook his head. Still, you are perfect at everything. Cooking, organizing, helping your mom. I mean, you are like the calm version of Ian. You froze mid-laugh, your fork hovering over your pudding. Ria looked surprised. Oh, don't say that. But Jungkook didn't notice. I mean, you are like her opposite. Where she's chaos, you are peace. Yin and yang, you know. Everyone laughed except you. You smiled tightly, your heart sinking a little as you stared down at your untouched pudding. The laughter still echoed faintly in your ears even after you and Jungkook stepped out of the house. Your mom stood at the door, waving, your dad calling after you to drive carefully. Ria hugged you again before whispering teasingly, see you soon. Next time, don't burn the house, okay? You rolled your eyes. Very funny. Jungkook chuckled, shaking your dad's hand before leading you toward the car. The night was cool and quiet, stars scattered across the city, a soft wind rustling the trees. It should have felt peaceful, but the silence inside the car was anything but. Jungkook drove with one hand on the steering wheel, humming softly under his breath. You stared out the window, arms crossed, your thoughts a tangled mess. That one line of his at dinner wouldn't stop replaying in your head. You are perfect at everything. You are like the calm version of Ryan. You bit your lip, the words stinging more than you wanted to admit. He had meant it innocently, you knew that. But still it hurt. Why so quiet? Jungkook asked finally, glancing at you. Dinner knocked you out. You didn't answer, still looking outside. He frowned slightly. Ryan, hmm, are you mad about something? No, you said too quickly. Why would I be? Because you are doing that thing, he said casually. What thing? You asked, finally turning to him. That thing where you say you are fine but your lips are twitching and you look like you're planning a murder. You shot him a glare. I'm not planning a murder. He smirked. So you are mad. You exhaled sharply and turned your face away again. Forget it. Can't. He said softly, eyes still on the road. You are too loud even when you are quiet. You stayed silent for a while, your chest tightening with unspoken words. Finally, you whispered, why didn't you marry Ria instead? Jungkook's hands froze on the steering wheel for a second. What? You turned toward him, your voice trembling despite your effort to sound calm. You said she's perfect, calm, kind, good at everything, the opposite of me, so why not her? He blinked, caught completely off guard. Vian. Whatever I do, you never like it. You blurted out, tears breaking your eyes. You tease me, laugh at my mistakes, fix everything I break. It's like you married a child, not a wife. Jungkook slowed the car and pulled to the side of the empty road. He turned off the engine but didn't speak right away. The silence grew heavy. Then he turned toward you fully, his voice low but firm. Ryan, look at me. You refused at first, blinking back tears. You reached out, gently turning your chin until your eyes met his. He sighed softly, brushing his thumb across your cheek. You really think I would ever want someone else? I just appreciated her. You said she's perfect. You whispered, sniffing. He nodded. She is, but she's not you. You frowned, confused. That doesn't make sense. Then let me explain. Yes, Ria is perfect. She's calm, mature, collected. But she doesn't make my heart race just by walking into a room. She doesn't make me laugh until my stomach hurts. She doesn't turn my entire world upside down with one glare or one smile. You blinked at him, his words sinking in. He leaned closer, eyes soft but intense. You drive me crazy, Wine. You are stubborn, clumsy, dramatic, but that's exactly what makes you you, the woman I fell in love with. Your chest tightened. You really mean that? He smiled faintly. You think I would survive 1 year of marriage with you if I didn't? You gasped. Excuse me? He laughed, pulling you closer by your waist. I'm serious, baby. You are chaos, but you are my favorite kind. You tried to look annoyed but ended up smiling despite yourself. Okay, but be careful from the next time. He cupped your face gently. Promise, and I'm sorry for hurting you. I didn't know. You smiled and hugged him. I'm not mad anymore. He smiled, holding you tighter. Even if you were, I know how to make up to my little princess. Yeah, don't call me that, you said, breaking the hug while he laughed.